Alright everyone, welcome to my deck profile here. I went to the last YCS, I can't even remember where it was, and I actually got first place. I made this deck. This deck was made to counter the entire meta that is currently popular right now. So let's just go through it and I'll show you what happens. Alright, so first we do 2 Thunder King Gryle. Now this card's pretty good. You know, it negates monsters and whatever, and your opponent they can't add cards, so that's good. Next we have 3 of this water statues. Now these are good because these are good against Sky Striker, because their water mecha, whatever it's called, they won't be able to summon it without if I have this on the field. So that just stops them from summoning that. Alright, next, to counter Sky Striker, I specifically played 3 Cosmo Town. Now Cosmo Town is really good. You know, they pop it and you can add a Cosmo from your deck to your hand. And the one I chose was Cosmo Dark Planet. This card can negate spells if there's a Cosmo in the graveyard, and also cannot be targeted. Since it needs a Cosmo to negate a spell, I put in another Cosmo, which is Tin Can. I looked up a Cosmo deck, and I found that Tin Can is the best one, so I just decided to put him because of that. It did come in handy. I was able to negate one of the engages with that. Next we have 3 Overlord Fusion. Now this card came in really clutch. I use it to fusion summon the, let's see, this guy, unaffected by spells and traps. So that's really good. And these are the 3 Ancient Gears I use to fusion that. So they go in the graveyard, then I play this, and I can just summon him for free. So that's pretty good too. Now these can also counter the what are those called? The Gokis. These can counter the Gokis as well. But for something like Altergeist, this doesn't counter Altergeist. So I have a counter for them. The Psychic Shockwave with Jinso. You know, if you play this and this against Altergeist, you just auto win. 2 times I 2-0'd an Altergeist by playing this, drawing into this, going second, and I was able to go into that. So that was pretty good. Now another deck is ABC. Now for ABC, I actually have this spicy thing, which is non-fusion. They can't fusion summon their ABC Buster. Yeah, it's simple as that. Another thing for ABC and for the Gokis, I didn't want to run Book of Moon, so nobody would be able to figure out what I was running. So I did something else, and I run 3 Darkness Approaches. This is similar to Book of Moon, except it's a bit better because it's not a counter. Not a counter. It's not a quick play, so it can't be negated by the the reflector trap card. I forget what it's called. It's the one that says that you can't activate quick play, continuous, field spells, all of those. It doesn't negate this, so this will be this. It came in really good. Next is 1-for-1. Now I use 1-for-1 to summon either one of these. In case I draw him, I can summon him. In case I draw him, I can summon the other one. Now I have these. I can just 1-for-1, so I can play Link Spider. So you know, that's a free Link monster. So that's why I run this. The one Winged Dragon of Ra, in case they sphere mode you. Next, I have the 3 instant fusion. Now I run instant fusion for Seraph Knight. I don't run any Garnets or anything, so it clogs up the deck. The deck is good as it is. So instead of that, I run this so I can have my free normal summon. Alright, next we have the 1 anti-Regeki. You have no idea how many times this came in. Somebody, I had this guy on the field, and somebody was trying to play Regeki, and psh, was able to stop it. And not only that, but I destroyed their board. They had Griffin, they had a Nightmare Griffin, Nightmare Unicorn, and they had a Sleeper as well. I wasn't able to kill Sleeper, but I did kill the rest of the stuff. So this one came in kind of clutch, and I think it was game 4. Next one off is Swords of Revealing Lights. This is pretty good against the Spiral. They couldn't attack. This one's pretty good against Sky Striker. If they play the fire one, you play this, instantly destroyed. I didn't want to play Scapegoat, so I played him. Scapegoat summons 4. This one summons 2. So my board is usually full of boss monsters, so I just want to summon 2 sometimes, and with Scapegoat I can't. I have to summon 4. With this one is much better. Now I have a Call by the Grave. I only have 1 because I couldn't fit it in anywhere else. I didn't know where else to fit it in, but this one didn't really come up as much. Somebody tried to ash me, but you know, I just let it happen. It wasn't that big of a deal. They try to ash my Overload Fusion. No. Where is it? They try to ash my 1-for-1. And I had this in my hand, and instead of playing it, I let it happen. So I had him in my hand as well. So I was able to normal summon him, and you know, the joke's on him. And the last one is Mystical Space. I put in this one just in case somebody was running Mirror Force or Magic Cylinder. Somebody did try to Magic Cylinder me game 5, but I was able to negate it with this. So now let's go to the side deck. We'll go to the extra deck in a little bit, but first we'll do side deck. So here's the side. 3 Reaper. Now this one, pretty good, you know. Forbidden Chalice. I played these against ABC and against Goki. Came out pretty good. Now against something like Trickstar, this was good as well, but I had my own side against Trickstar, which was these right here. They try to burn me. You ain't burning me anymore. And I was in game 1, straight up the bats. Game 1, I went against the Sky Striker Trickstar. He tried to burn me for 2,000. Threw this away. Was able to beat him just like that. Now I put these in because I figured I wanted to have my Cosmotowns as quick as possible, and they came in game 2 when the dude had his deck was just spell destruction stuff, like man, it's that one card that nobody plays, the Twin Twister. I think that's what it's called. He had 3 of those. So I put these in, so every time he destroyed a Cosmotown, I was able to put another one in the field. Yeah. So I played 1 Boogie Trap. Somebody tried to negate my Psychic Shockwave. Game 2. The same dude, he destroyed this. So I played my Boogie Trap, and I was able to bring back my Psychic Shockwave, and I was able to beat him. 1 Upstart, just in case you want to side some stuff in and you don't have enough space for it. And the 1 of Pot of Desires, because this is basically Pot of Greed. So yeah. Alright, so now we are going to go to the extra deck. Alright, so the extra deck is, as I mentioned, Seraph Knight. Went into her 2 times. It didn't go that much because I was able to win before I went into her, but 2 times I went for her. Link Spider, I went for him a lot, especially with 1-for-1. This guy won me. Oof. Every time I played him, I won. Let's just say that. Every time I played him, especially against Sky Striker, instantly win. Now, the Reaper targets. I have a bunch of Reaper targets as well, because I don't need too much extra deck. I usually use the extra deck for Reapers. I don't use it for myself. That's kind of... So I use her. I don't put the fire one because the fire one gains attack, and I can deal with gaining attack with hammer, with the hammer spell card. I can deal with that, but this one lowers the attack of my monsters, which is actually pretty bad. So I want to Reaper this one. Spiral Double Helix in case I'm going against Spirals. Electromite in case I'm going against Pendulums. ABC Buster in case I'm going against ABCs. Hextia in case I'm going against Ultrageist. Totally Awesome against Paleozoics. Dante against Burning Abyss. Curious against Lightsworn. Inferno Tierra against Infernoids. This card came in really clutch during game 4. Now what happens is the dude was playing a Cyber Dragon deck. He went into Nova. I destroyed Nova and he was about to go into him, but I chained Cherries. Showed him this, and he couldn't summon this. He had his board empty, and he actually scooped that round. Last is man, this card. I was in the final, and the dude was trying to go into him so he can destroy my Kozaki. He was trying to go into it. He went into it once, so I had already seen it. When he tried to go into my when he tried to go into the round 2, I was able to Ash Blossom. Nah, my goodness, what is the name? Reaper. I was able to Reaper this, and he couldn't go into any level 4. I had Kozaki on the field. I was able to go into Link Spider, and you know how strong Link Spider is. And I was able to take that game, and I got the championship right here. Look at this. So that's the deck profile. Tell me what you think. Yeah, I only lost 1 round against. Oh, there was a dude that was playing Noble Knights. I lost 1 round against him just because he had Merlin on the field, and I couldn't do anything about that. So tell me what you think, and I'll see you for the next profile.